we'll begin at the front door, where not every restaurant, of course, has a Harry Shepherd, nor even a chef in white hat. But this is a city where people eat out more often than anywhere else in the country, whether it's a late evening dinner or a quick lunch.
Hey, 133?
It's a $5 billion industry, and there's money to be made even in the most unlikely of places. From the fries, yes, but also from the grease. At Jack's Grill at the far end of the parking lot sits a container of rancid, dirty grease. And believe it or not, Sherry Foley says it gets stolen.
It happens quite a bit. We never can. It's usually in the middle of the night, so we can't catch them.
Inside this fat rendering plant on the city's southeast side is no place for Olivia Newton-John. At first glance, you wonder why anyone would want to steal it. A slop so thick they find bowling balls and tires at the bottom. But cook it at high heat, and what comes from these steaming vats is a clear brown oil used in soap and cosmetics and sells on the Chicago commodity market.
Grease theft has been rampant when the market has really been high. Our company has lost as much as 20–25% of its overall volume.
In the shadows out back of almost every restaurant, there is a grease war going on, being fought over the used grease that's dumped into these containers every week. And so venture out here in the middle of the night, and there's no telling who you might run into and who might be watching.
I guess they were HPD paid on the side or something that would follow me from my house on my routes to my certain restaurants I pick up.
Jeff Davis is a small fry in the business, an independent whose work takes him to the back doors of hundreds of restaurants, which is where he says he was one night 2 years ago.
The guys come running up in dark black clothes. Freeze, hold it, get your hands up.
Davis is used to looking down barrels, but at glop, not guns.
Well, when I turned around, it was right at me, pointing at me.
They were coming up on these guys and threatening to blow their heads off.
John Jaworski, whose friends call Slick, is a lawyer who's taken up the fight of the little guys in the grease biz, mostly against a company called Griffin Industries of Bastrop. Jaworski says he discovered an internal memo which laid out Griffin's plan, which he says ended up using off-duty cops to run off the competition, like Jeff Davis.
I think it's basically just harassment, and they don't like to see a small guy in the business, is what I think, but I've been through it all with them.
If they corner the market, then they can control the price.
Jaworski became a folk hero among the small fry by getting more than 100 criminal cases dismissed entirely, and by taking another 15 to court.
14 out of 15 I got not guilties on. The juries came back and said, why are we here?
It is hard to believe that out the back door there are guns and thieves in the shadows, all over a barrel of grease. The front door is more inviting. Dan Locke, 11 Up Close.
I'll try not to shoot the